Hello there, everyone. Welcome back to some more Let's Play Underrail. In the last video, we had just walked around and attuned ourselves to some of the rifts that we're able to access here in Underrail, allowing us an easier time getting around. We also took on several more difficult groups of bandits in Underrail, and we made it look incredibly easy. I'm always impressed with Decker's build and what he's able to handle. It's been great. I'm really enjoying this playthrough. In this episode, we're going to be eliminating 2 more groups of bandits, and then I think we will actually start the DLC. My thoughts being that we want to level as much as we can before we get to Deep Caverns. And why not level as much as we can before we take on some of the harder battles here in Underrail as well? We've already done almost all the difficult battles I can think of here that would give us any significant amount of trouble, with the exception of a few that we're going to be fighting soon, right now actually, and any areas that have Deathstalkers and Crawlers in them. So I think if we want a tougher time, we should indeed start the DLC and see how well we can handle the enemies out over there. Yep, that's what I'm thinking. We'll also be able to acquire quite a few more Oddie points out there than over here by completing tasks or what have you. We'll get them faster. And so my plan will be to start the DLC, we'll try to get to like level 22 or so, then we'll come back. Well, we'll be over here as well for another jet ski and something of the sort, but we will... Oh, which reminds me. Alright, we have juice. We'll take breaks from the DLC to do some stuff over here and then go back to the DLC and so on. Just to break up the areas I'm adventuring in. For thematic reasons, for no other reason. We'll do some DLC, come back over here, maybe start the Free Drones quest, go back to the DLC, come back over here, maybe do some more of the arena, and so on and so forth. So what's going through my head as well in regards to this is that for some of the really difficult things, like fighting in the final opponent in the arena, what's that, Dreadlord, well, do I actually have to lie? I don't have to lie. Remember, there's lots of spoilers here, everyone. So you may have noticed that I'm saying the wrong things on occasion, but I'm not. I'm trying to be a bit... I'm trying to talk about the game as if I hadn't played through it sometimes. I know that we fight Carnifex at the end of the arena battle, and not Dreadlord, for example, and so on. In any case, some of these encounters are going to be really difficult, and I am hoping to actually have some better armor before I get too involved in them. Alright, I'm babbling now. Alright, so here's a group of bandits that are really difficult, and they were expecting me to come visit them from the other side. No, it's okay. You don't have to... Oh, actually, this will be great. Are you really going to follow me all this way? Because that would be pretty much perfect. Let me see if we can get him to follow us. Hello. Yes, come over this way, sir. Yes, this way. I'm over here. Darn it, you started. I was hoping we could just start fighting him from... I could enter and begin the combat. Hey, you! Maggots like you can't pass it without paying 20 charons. It looks like I'll need to find another way around. Come on. Start the fight! Alright. We're not quite where I want to be for this. I want to be over here. But he walked over here to yell at us. And he should have started firing. Let's switch over to our W2C rounds. This is going to be actually really difficult. We're going to move up. We're going to use some morphine. We're going to activate our shield. And we're going to let him have it. Right, let's see, we're going to activate bullet time as well for this, because I'd like to kill this guy right now if I can. Woo! We did it! Game didn't really want me to kill him! Game didn't want me to kill him, but we killed him anyway. Now, why am I doing this? Because he's got 2 friends. Yep, and here's the first friend. They got me. We're stunned. And I deactivated my shield for some stupid reason. Alright. Let's heal to full. We're going to throw a flare because there's another enemy around here too. There he is. Okay. So, we're going to slow him. And move around the corner so we're not fired at too easily. And activate our shield to help us stop getting plinked at by that hunter. Now, it's the hunter I really want to kill first. Because we slowed the bandit down for another turn. He won't be I don't think he'll be that much of a concern at this moment. That's actually a great chance to hit this person from here. So let's move over here. And we're going to try to kill the bandit. Then we're going to move a little bit further away from the guy with the... Well, they're both bandits. Guy with the knife. Okay, and perfect. He walked up in time to get killed. Because now we're going to walk right up to him. And in melee range, we can just help... Sorry, help. We can have Gung Fu help us with this. Alright! And that went pretty well. Again, I'm making this probably look very easy because I know what's coming up in these rooms. At least I'm aware of the amount of enemies that are in these rooms generally and what they consist of. I knew there were 2 stealth people here. I knew one was a hunter with crossbow nets, poison, electrical bolts and what have you, and the other was a stealth melee character with a knife. Alright, that's all the loot from them. Got some boots, I'll take the boots. And I think now... Ooh, nice. We get an antidote to make up for the one we just used. And I want this connection on our screen, so let's do that. And there's just rat hounds over here. We didn't actually explore the tunnel here. So let's just walk down and get it on the map. I'm doing this mostly because I don't want to write down, I don't want to delete the sentence I've written on my map and then have to rewrite it slightly differently. My God, this is fun. Just annihilating whole groups of enemies. What is that? It's that hit and run is the one feat we have, right? Yep. That gives us more movement points. This is the first time I'm actually using that feat, so it's been fun to see it does indeed work as good as I had hoped. Assuming that we're able to kill multiple enemies a turn. Alright, so... This is all good stuff we picked up from them, actually. I'm pretty impressed, with the exception of these. Alright, let's get this on the map. Did I walk over here? We did not. Alright, so let's see where this leads us. Okay, we'll just mark this as D&E. Go back upstairs. We're not interested in searching the caves in this episode. Alright. We have the carry capacity, so let's do the other battle that I wanted to do. And then I think we'll go to Southgate Station, since we're close by to it. Sell some stuff there. Head back to Core City, and then start the DLC. And since we're walking around it, well, we've only got like a minute or two. I don't have enough time to talk about something as... I don't have the time it would take to talk about things like the shore with the amount of detail I would like. So we're going to hold off doing that, I suppose. Let's not talk about something else. Alright, what else can we talk about really quick? So, what other games have you been considering? Or what other games were you supposed to record but still haven't? So, the survey I put together almost a year ago now. It's been 7 months. Actually, 8 months, I think. I'm still supposed to play through Tides of Numenera. And that's not going to even be started until around Thanksgiving. And Sacrifice, a real-time strategy game, is supposed to be another one that I'm supposed to play through. Or that won the votes. And so I would like to actually play that. I might be able to start and finish it before August. Because it's only going to be, like, I think 13 or so videos. But it's going to be tough. That's that's a difficult RTS. Okay. And I think we do it from here. Okay, I think we do it from here. So let's activate our shield. And I think we'll win the initiative. We did not. That is exactly what I wanted to avoid, which was the grenade hitting me and also hitting the bomb. So I am now going to see how lucky we get with a bomb of our own. And we run around the corner. So that was incredibly bad for us. Let's peek out. And we'll move up a bit, and we'll take some long-range shots. Let's throw a flare to help us. Actually, I don't think... These guys are in the light, so we'll just have to we'll just shoot them from here. I am going to use bullet time. Actually, no, we won't use bullet time either. We're not going to kill this guy. Let's use some morphine. That was dumb. I should have reloaded. Okay. So since the psionic is right in front of... Actually, I want to kill both of these guys. So let's activate bullet time here. And try to kill the Demolisher so we don't get another grenade. Then we'll move around this side. And try to kill the Psychic. I don't want the dog to tackle me. We're going to move up a bit and try to kill it. We'll reload. And move around the corner again. Okay, let's use our medallion on the cook to stop him from killing us immediately. We'll switch to our WTC rounds because this guy is wearing an anti-rifle overcoat. We're going to use some adrenaline to give me some more action points. And we're going to run up to him to try to kill him with the assistance of Gung Fu. We'll then activate Sprint and run away from the cook. We'll switch to our hollow point bullets. And kill him. And that's it. I'm amazed. I'm amazed. It's so much fun. Just slaughtering people with this build of mine. I'm having a great time here. Alright, let's loot all the stuff off the corpses. Got some more, got some more MK3 grenades. We're beginning to be overburdened. So let's leave some of this garbage in this barrel. So what do we know? I don't need those. We don't need this. We don't need this armor. It's a decent machine gun. The overcoat actually isn't... Well, it's not that bad, actually, with armor penalty of only 10%. Let's recycle that sledgehammer. The rest of this is stuff that we can sell. We don't need these. We'll take the flashbangs. I don't care about the nets. Oh, we don't need any of the hearts. I don't need any of the leathers. Don't care about the trap. And... our armor's okay. Oh, but speaking of armor, by the way, I did buy some new anti-thermic tabby oak boots when I was busy selling stuff to the merchants. So these are slightly higher than the old ones we had. They also give us a little more heat resistance. Alright, everyone. So those were the 2 battles that I wanted to do. And we did them successfully, and it looked like it was a breeze. Holy crap. That's awesome. So now let's double back to Southgate Station and sell some stuff there. I still have some iron heads left here. There might be an oddie item there. I don't think there is, though. I don't think we missed anything. But I can go back there later. Alright, and now that we're walking back to Southgate Station, that'll take a little bit. We'll kill some rat hounds on the way. So now I will talk about the shore a little bit more. Because I began that in the last episode and then didn't really finish. So I think we covered already how absolutely gorgeous that game is. The visual effects are amazing. And I love the otherworldly places you go to. Or the things you see. Like the meteorite that crashed. Or that strange liquidy orb that you found on the shore early on in the game. And the gigantic monolithic creatures in the game look amazing. It's absolutely jaw-dropping gorgeous. It's such a pretty game. But the story, the motivation of the main character is the same as the Machine for Pigs. Anything to save to see his daughter again, who was killed in some fashion. And the plot is a bit, well, the plot's the wrong way to describe it, but the setting ends up being a bit like, or very similar to, Cthulhu Dark Corners of the Earth. It takes a large amount of the various Lovecraftian mythos and combines it together into one story. So you end up seeing, like, Shub-Niggurath, and Cthulhu, and Azasoth, and more creatures, like the Elder Things and so on, are all together in this one game. There's nothing necessarily wrong with that. A part of me likes it because it shows me that, hey, this guy really liked all the mythos, he wanted all the creatures here, and why not have them all here? Although, technically, I guess they did exist. It'd be like someone who likes dinosaurs and is happy to see a bunch of different dinosaurs in a movie, even though they were from different periods, and they wouldn't have actually interacted with each other very much. But you're still super excited to see them anyway, so that's my attitude towards seeing these the creatures. That wouldn't make a lot of sense. Some of them were together, but in other instances it did make sense. But in any case, the story, for the most part, you feel kind of sad for the protagonist, and the music also is kind of sad. And instead of being scared by, or horrified, or mesmerized by the encounters you have early on, instead, I'm not even remotely frightened by anything. I just feel really, I feel really bad for the poor guy. On the same note, I am not a fan of the I'll sign a pact with any creature whatsoever if it lets me see my child again. Including this horrific, absolute nightmarish monstrosity that wants to devour the world. Like, yeah, I'm not one to sign that pact, but I guess, well, other people might. In any case, the story is just okay. The game's first half, as I mentioned earlier, is exploring. Like, you need clickables, you have to find the clickable things you can interact with to make progress through the game. It's very similar to a walking simulator. But the other half is a chase scene gun hybrid, which is odd considering the first half. It's not a terrible idea at all, and I'm always glad and interested in trying out something that a developer adds that's new. It's just the pacing was a bit odd, and I also disliked not being able to take my time and really appreciate what I thought was the game's strongest point, which is its graphics. Its visuals are amazing. And again, you're in so much rush to survive that you don't get to look around and appreciate the world that you find yourself in. It'd be like in Half-Life, where you're in Zen, but the game never lets you really look around to appreciate the new world you're in. You're forced to be constantly running in order to avoid dying in these situations. So the game has some other issues with it. The difficulty is it's a walking simulator, so on one hand it's not that difficult, but on the other hand, you really gotta start running immediately or you'll die over and over and over again. I died, I think, 20 plus times to the first encounter that I ran into, and it's really... how should I describe it? When it comes to chase scenes and horror games, the creatures and situations are frightening when you don't experience them very often. The longer it takes for you to see the creature, the more impactful it is when you finally do see it. And the more suspenseful the game is, keeping you on the edge of your seat. So, when you're being chased by something in the game, the first 1 or 2 times you're in that chase scene is the best times that you'll have the most fun during those times. An example would be the werewolf chase scene in Vampire Bloodlines. You barely have time, right, to get inside the lodge to avoid it. And it's terrifying to try to run and hide from it the entire time. But if it kills you once, alright, the second time you're a little better prepared for it. But let's say you've died 8 times to that creature. It's no longer frightening. It's now more about the puzzle of trying to figure out how you can best survive the creature. And the Shore strikes me as having that problem. Now, I don't mind it so much, but there's several other people who have had issues with the chase scenes. Again, they're almost all going to kill you right away the first time until you are able to retaliate against the creatures by wielding an ancient artifact to scare them away after you hit them for a little bit. So it's okay, that mechanic. I wish it was done a little differently. I wish the developer gave you a little more time to appreciate the world you're in, what you're seeing around you, and or be a little more forgiving with the chase scenes. So, but whatever, it's the dev's vision, not mine. So, what am I doing now? We are going to go to Core City. We'll store all this stuff in our barrels to sell it later, and I think we'll start the DLC, everyone. Actually, I think we'll revisit if I'm going to go to my home. If I'm going to go to my home, then we should just have the juice. And we should do it here. So let's get the second site going. We'll go to the pens. We'll take the rift to the merchants, store the stuff there, go back to our home, make sure we're outfitted properly for the start of the DLC, and then we'll start it. So let's go to the merchant district. So since I gave us a very small mini review, there's a lot more I would normally talk about if I was doing a proper review on a game. So, on that regard, by the way, I'm just a guy who plays video games and has been playing them since I've been like 5. I'm no more talented at making a review than anyone else really is. So, take everything, what I'm saying with, grain of salt's the wrong phrase, but, well, I mean, it's not like I've played The Shore for thousands of hours. And even then, what is a review? A review is just someone's opinions about various aspects about the game. Often, a review will consist of someone will focus on 1 or 2 parts in particular that they really enjoyed and ignore other bits. If they really like a game, for example, that might not be otherwise very good. There's a few games like that I play that I like, but that when I reviewed them, they're not very good. Occult Chronicles, for example, is one such game where I liked the game. It's got so many problems with it, but I like the game anyway. But I wouldn't recommend the game, right? So keep that in mind. But I guess at the end of this, since we're talking about The Shore, and since I did do a mini review on it really quick, could I recommend the game? Since that's how I'd like to wrap up my reviews. I think I could, but I'd grab it on sale. If you see it half off on the Steam sale, that's like $6. It's 11 normally. I feel really bad even saying this because it's obvious to me the dev, he's worked on the game since he released it. He's fixed a lot of bugs and glitches. I myself had one or two soft locks in the game. I had to actually Alt-Tab and Alt-F4 the game to kill it, and I have had it crash the desktop once. So there's issues with the game in that regard as well. And I feel bad because I'm a computer programmer, and so whenever it comes to a game and I'm like, I can't recommend it, I feel so terrible saying that. But on that same note, oh my god, I want to be honest with you viewers. So, if you do see the game on sale for half off, it's probably worth the half off, like $5-6. If nothing else, because you will really get if nothing else, well, nothing else for the graphics. But again, the game can be beaten really quick, and it's not. It's got some issues with it too. So, I suppose you could always also just watch someone play the game. Since most of it is a walking simulator, there's that aspect of it as well. You can get almost the entire experience for you watching someone else play it, as opposed to you playing it yourself. God, I hate saying that as well. Alright, whatever, we're done. Alright, so we're done with talking about The Shore. Let's head on over to the entrance of... Actually, am I set for this? No, we are not. We're going to need some more... Actually, let's go back to the Merchant District. We'll leave some of our supplies here. We'll buy more from the medic in Core City. There's a handful more supplies I would like. We're going to want more adrenaline and more morphine, especially because I seem to be using them in every battle that I'm in. Hello, Heidi. So, I would like all your morphine, all your adrenaline glands, and all your antidotes. Alright! We're looking on cash. 17,000. And I don't know why I did this. It's just as fast for me to have walked to the elevator. And I brought juice with me, right? Yes, we have 2 uses of it left. So the plan for the rest of this video, everyone, is we're going to start the DLC. There'll be a bit of exposition. We'll be involved in a rather long battle to start, and then we'll get more exposition, and then we'll call the session there. Actually, I'll probably activate the rift in the DLC, and then we'll come back over here so we can take a look at jet skis. I do plan on siding with the organization we're about to see. I forget what their name is now. Oh, actually, let's do a little bit of exposition first before we get over there. So, I think I need a bacon cheese sandwich. Hold on, everyone. So, let's talk with John the Beautiful first, and Gene at the Hardcore City Bar, because they might be able to tell us a little bit about what's going on with this organization that is visited Core City from the north, and it has that task for us in the Black Sea. But I think I need, I think I need a bacon and cheese sandwich to do it. What else are you doing, Tim? Let me see. So, I guess we have a few minutes, like 1 minute, but we'll talk about more random stuff. So, as I've mentioned, I'm going through my Steam backlog, and I've got 2 more games I see on my desktop that I installed today to give them a try. I'm going to be trying Fight and Rage. I think that's a beat 'em up, and another one called Bug Fables, which I think is a Myst-like game, a point and click game of some sort. What other games do I have? Actually, I have a lot of other ones back here, but those are the 2 I've moved away from the other video game icons so I can play the basically what I do is I have a bunch of games installed that I want to try, and then I'm like, these 2, play these 2 today, Tim, play these 2 today, and so those are the 2 I plan on trying out. And now we're talking to John the Beautiful. Hey, John, I need some specific information. That's what I'm saying! Prepare some food and let's get started. Tell me all you know about Aegis Incorporated. You know what? What? Hopper steak. Here you go. Okay, pal. By now you probably figured out that they're a private security company from North Underrail, yada yada, so let's skip that. What's more interesting is how the company came to be. Aegis Incorporated was founded by 2 guys. One is a Protectorate veteran, the other a wealthy businessman from Dis. The first guy, Richard Briggs, is the guy actually running the show. He's one hardcore guy. Was involved in the Battle of Dis 15 years ago, where his arm was blown to pieces, forcing him to spend a few years in recovery. Apparently, even though he got a cybernetic replacement, the nerve damage had been so dominating that docs just couldn't patch him up and let him go. That meant he had a lot of time to observe what was happening around him and think. The second guy, a businessman called Francis, Big Frank White, his job is to provide the money and take his share of their earnings. Not much else. The guy started from the bottom and now owns quite a lot of stuff up north. Appears to be a pretty upstanding citizen as well. Unless he's, I don't know, got teen girls fighting to death in his mansion's dungeon arena or something and no one knows about it, but yeah. I hope when Stygian Software makes this, and we're able to visit Francis Big Frank White, that is actually the case. Yes, well now, how did these 2 start Aegis Incorporated? The Free Drone started it, basically. Briggs saw the need to protect folks from the newly emerging anarchist threat in places where the Protectorate couldn't keep them safe, like when they're traveling south and back and forth and stuff like that. He wasn't fit to fight, Briggs, but he was fit to lead, so he hooked up with Big Frank, pitched the idea, and they started the company. Briggs then contacted his old mates and formed a crew of battle-hardened soldiers who could use extra cash. The rest is history, pal. The rest is history. Do you know where all the Chortists have gone to? Chortists? What are you waiting for? Bribe me with the Rat Hound Barbecue. Alright, here you go. Nice. Listen, these Chortists are a weird bunch. Sure, they know they're cooking and stuff, but let's face it, they are weird. They got something from Cortac, that's what I heard. Something important. They have, what's it called? Oh, Church of Chort in Upper Underrail. I think that's where they've gone to. Listen, pal, they are more dangerous than they seem. Alright, see you around, John. So I guess, while we're here, let's talk with Gene and get some more exposition about the Black Sea. Caught the news on Edmund Nightmate. He got zoned out good, but there's something fishy in the whole story. If you got any info, do share. Have you heard of Aegis Incorporated? Absolutely, mate. Ever since they showed up at the docks, everyone's been asking about them. They are one of the largest private security companies from North Underrail, and have been around for quite a few years. Actually, I was once considering hiring them to protect my wife while we were on a trip to North Underrail. I reckon with the Northern Wimp see one of our beautiful southern girls. Oh, stop you. He smiles. Anyway, they just got mean hardcore business, and they have a dominating record, so I didn't mean you should actually stop, Gene. I just said that. Oh, yeah. Why do Northerners need a security company when they have Underrail Protectorate? Well, they need someone to protect them when they come here. You know how dangerous this place is, and it's not just because of local gangs and such, but free drones too. They like taking hostages and exchanging them for their own captured comrades. Protectorate can't babysit everyone, so the wealthy merchants and fat rats hire these security companies to escort them. Even though there's a lot more Protectorate in the south, these folks still need private security. Now what's currently going on is that they've been hired for some kind of expedition to the Black Sea. So they brought pretty much everything they got, mate. That's hardcore business. What do you know about the Black Sea? I know as much as everyone else. Pirates, serpents, mysterious stuff, ugh. I figure if you really want to learn more about it, go talk to the ferrymen. Yeah, I know. They like coloring their stories with all kinds of hardcore superstitions, but there's a lot of truth to what they say. That's my advice to you, mate. Alright, take care, Gene. Well, we're going down to the docks anyway, so I guess we could talk to one of the ferrymen there. I do think they all tell you a little bit more information about the Black Sea. Yup. Look, it's tough to talk about random stuff every single second of a video recording. Oh, man. Yep, it's tough. I don't know what to say. Let's get down to the docks as quick as we can so we don't have to talk about anything random. There's a lot of other stuff, everyone, I can talk about. I do have a lot more printed up here, and there's more I can think of. But because we're going to be talking with these people very, very quickly, we'll just focus on this. Hey, you want to stay somewhere? What do you know about Aegis Incorporated, Captain Rastio? Security agency from North Underrail. They're protecting some university folks from Dis, that's what I heard. Saw them at the Eastern Docks a week ago, or was it 2? And it looked like quite a hardcore operation. Boats and jets and lots of stuff going to the Black Sea. Of all the places the hell's got, huh? They're back now. To resupply, I think. Them Northerners coming here and thinking they can outgun anyone and anything. They think they're so dominating. Well, we got guns too, and know how to use them. We sure do. But we also know what you can mess with and what you cannot. Them folks don't. They'll regret going there, I'm telling you. What can you tell me about the Black Sea? You ain't planning on going there with those Aegis people. Maybe. Maybe. Whatever you're planning to do, my advice is to avoid that place. Don't go there. It's full of pirates and vicious beasts, whirlpools and rapids, and who knows what other hardcore dangers. There's a good reason why normal folks don't go there. And pirates ain't normal folks anyway. Nah, they ain't. I lost a few good friends who were dumb enough to go there. It's one hardcore place. Too hardcore. Leave it to the pirates. They can have it. Alright, I gotta go. Goodbye. See ya. So, one person's advice is to not go. The other people's advice is it's dangerous. Well, let's get hired on for it, because we are absolutely 100% going. And really quick, does anyone see me? Oh, it's already unlocked. Oh, I thought it was not. All right. Oh, we've been here before. Oh, right, yeah, the Aegis Sec Trooper actually talked to us briefly, didn't they? That junk pile was so suspicious. But that technician We'll be really pissed off if we try... to get in there. Oh! They leave, really? Darn it! There's nothing in here! Okay, nothing in there. Oh well. Really? I didn't see anything for the few seconds I was in there. I guess I can search it more thoroughly off screen. You're back. I was told you're going on an expedition to the Black Sea and needed some extra hands. He nods. You heard right. You have any combat experience? Yeah, I've done lots of fighting. The guard nods. We are Aegis Incorporated, a security company from North Underrail. You've been hired to protect scientific personnel during an important expedition to the Black Sea. We need highly skilled and competent individuals with sufficient combat experience. Background in personal protection, station security, or similar is highly desirable, but not strictly necessary. If you are capable of effectively operating alone or as part of a small specialized team, that will greatly improve your chances of being hired. I think it is needless to say that this line of work entails great danger, but in turn, know that the monetary compensation that we offer will be quite appropriate. How does all that sound to you? Think you meet these requirements? How much money is quite appropriate? I'm not at liberty to say that to you. So, do you think you meet the requirements? Yes. Where do I apply? Good. Proceed down this ramp and talk with Chief Briggs. Do not wander on the dock. If you interfere with anyone's work, you will be promptly removed. Nod and leave. He nods as well. We already know what to look for on him, right? Actually, while we're here, let's pick some pockets. We still don't have the pickpocketing to take a badge off an Aegis Incorporated person. Actually, we don't have enough to take anything off this person with the exception of his bullets. We're not going to do that. Let's try one or two other Aegis Sec troopers. Looks like we may have to improve my... Oh! We can grab this. A badge, typically worn on the chest or the cap by members of Aegis Incorporated. We have just enough pickpocketing to grab it. Are the faces attacking? No? Let me do my work. You come up to two men having a conversation. They had better not. They had better be, Lattleman. Yes, sir. I dig. I understand, sir. It won't happen with these folks. No, I guarantee it. Swear on my sister Lily. Swearing on someone will not make you sound more convincing, Lattleman. Results will. Yes, sir. Understood. Don't worry. These folks will be fine. He falls silent, opting to end his thought with a nod. With a freezing Astor expression, the man turns around to go elsewhere and sees you. A mere glance at him can't but make you feel that this is the type of person who reigns over every bit of land he sets his foot on, no matter how small, insignificant, or someone else's it might be. And he is without a doubt the person you're looking for today. Who are you? Name's Decker. Why are you here, Decker? I was told you are hiring mercenaries for an expedition. I want to join. He scans you again, this time more intently, then crosses his arms. As flesh and machine interweave to the sound of mechanical motion, the chief continues. You have been told where you'll be going, correct? The Black Sea is ruthless. It shows no mercy to the untrained and to the unprepared, both physically and mentally. I need only the most competent and most resilient people I can find. I need soldiers, to put it simply. Otherwise, you have no use to this expedition. I wouldn't be here if I didn't think I was up to the task. The rugged man behind the chief turns his head and observes you for a few moments. You read some kind of uncertainty on his face. Uncertainty about you, but you aren't able to gather the reason behind it. You've never seen that man before, but could it be that he's seen you? Convince me, then. Why should I hire you? Let's see. Alright, so I think... we'll mention... So, actually, I tend to mention the Foundry Guard most of the time when I'm here. They would probably be the most impressive of the things I've done, though. JKK could be... Actually, you know what? We will say JKK. For the most part, because I've never had this option before. I'm working for JKK as one of their security operatives, and I have been commended for my achievement by Gunnar Edstrom himself, the owner of JKK, one of the core city oligarchs. I've been sent on some of the most demanding missions that pushed all my skills to the absolute limit. I am the man who gets things done, sir, and I am at your service. The chief responds after a short delay. JKK. Very good. Excuse me, sir, but I overheard you talking. I had something to add. One of the new laborers has been a janitor in JKK before we hired him, and he heard a few employees talking about some newcomer who only started working, and already he's one of the boss's new favorites. That's what the folks were saying. I never knew I was that famous. Well, Brick, the janitor, says they call you a pipe worker and a lick spittle, but I guess they're just envious sons of that will be enough, Lattleman. And speaking of which, do these new laborers do any work? Or do they chat with you constantly, seeing that you seem to know all about their personal stories? We're using our hands for work, sir. Our mouths or ears are free. Thank you, Lattleman. That would be all. Well, are you convinced? He looks at you for a second, then nods a few times. Yes. I get to actually see you in action, but for now, I am satisfied enough with what you and Lattleman have told me. For now. Alright, Decker, listen up. We, Aegis Incorporated, have been employed to protect a team of scientists from the University of Dis undertaking an expedition to the Black Sea, or as it's known by the locals, the Hell's Gut. The sea lies in a vast unexplored cavern where a technologically advanced community existed until about 2.5 to 3 centuries ago. We'll say nothing. After this community was no more, nature reclaimed the sea. The resulting closed ecosystem has produced a large number of unique and aggressive species, which in tandem with pirates and other inhabitants who have settled in the various parts of the region currently pose the largest threats to the expeditionary staff. In addition to that, remnants of this community's defense systems could still be online, which adds another layer of danger we have to account for. This is just a brief summary. You will receive the full briefing should you choose to join the expedition. In which case, there are options regarding your duties as a sec trooper. Either you will be assigned to basic camp security, to an escort team, or to a recovery team. Given your experience, the last two options are more probable, but I will have to decide that once we return to camp. I didn't get the impression that there was a camp already. We had set up our camp 2 weeks ago. We've returned here for supplies and additional staff. Let's discuss payment. Your payment will largely depend upon the task you will be performing. Guard duty payment ranges from 50 to 100 charons per day. The average is around 7 per hour. Escort and recovery duties are paid double or triple that, depending upon a range of factors. What do you mean by escort and recovery? Escort teams escort scientific personnel to certain locations and protect them while they perform their work there. Recovery teams work independently, operating in areas unsafe for scientific personnel, like abandoned facilities or other establishments, with the tasks of recovering items of interest, technological equipment, armament, personal items, various samples, etc. Or as I like to call these recovery teams, scavenger teams, yeah. Be quiet, Lattleman. Therefore, he glances again at Lattleman before fixating on you. The exact payment depends upon the area of operation and danger involved. Superior performance might also induce considerable bonuses to previously mentioned figures. Can you tell me about the community that existed before? What happened to them? Who were they? You will receive all relevant info in due time. Right now, you and I have other things to discuss first. Well, I have heard all I needed to know. I'm in. When are we leaving for the camp? Very good. Welcome aboard. Consider yourself a security trooper for the duration of this expedition. You will receive your gear as soon as you return to the camp. There, you will also be introduced to the rest of the staff, as well as to Professor Oldfield himself. Lattleman, what's our status? Sir, how much longer before we're able to return to the camp? Oh, yes. We're almost unloading the medical supplies, sir. We've got, I think... He looks at his mobile computer. Yeah, frozen meat and power cell crates. Yes, most electronic equipment markets requested still remains to be loaded. And that's it. Yep, I'd say we'll be ready in 1 hour or so, sir. Very good, very good. He nods a few times. That's faster than I thought. Very good. You heard it. If you have anything else to do before we set sail, now's the time. Do not be late. I don't have anything important left to do. I'll wait here until the crates have been loaded up. He nods. Very well. You'll be notified when that happens. I have other things to attend to in the meantime. At last you step onto dry land, but your eyes see little of it. They've been enthralled by the cavernous firmament doming over you. You gaze upon the stylictic constellations decorated with dangling roots, gleaming crystals, and numerous bat colonies. These stalactites unmistakably insinuate their arbitration over the sea and the land below them, for death from above, while pretty much omnipresent in subterranean life, has a significantly more acute, supreme, and inescapably terrifying presence here than anywhere else you've been before. The realization pierces you mentally, not unlike one of those speleothemic spears could physically. Life underground comes with a plethora of phobias, but this vast place invokes a uniquely crushing, creeping, choking feeling of smallness and utter insignificance in the grand scheme of things. It is only being exasperated by the many sounds violently colliding in this open space, those of air currents, restless waters, and wild yet unseen life, all the while reverberating deeply and rhythmically as though all of them are combining into one singular heartbeat of the cavern itself. Somewhere out there, in the far distance, you can almost hear the faint but distinct sounds of drums and horns, the prime instruments of the underture of this expeditionary play whose next act has just begun. A voice greets you. Ah, welcome to Hell's Gut. Hope you brought some light clothes, Decker, cause it's dominating hot here. He collects the sweat from his forehead with a handkerchief and squeezes it to his side. Yeah. Chief Briggs turns to the two of you after ending the conversation with the other man. Laddleman, after the laborers have unloaded everything from the boats, show them to their tents, and make sure Marcus receives the equipment he requested as soon as possible. Medical tent as well. Yes, yes, sir. As you command. You, Decker. The tent you will be sleeping in is just ahead. The first one to the left, opposite the kitchen. Unpack your things and meet me at Professor Oldfield's tent as soon as you've done so. It's the small tent just past yours, also on the left side. Yes, sir. He nods and turns to Laddleman. And if you see Yahota, tell her to meet me in my tent in about 20 or so minutes. I want her full report of what's been happening in my absence. Yes, sir. I will, sir. That is all. Carry on with your tasks. We're not going to give Briggs any trouble. We have no real reason to do so anyway. We have no real reason to do so at this moment anyway, because we did not join the free drones. So we don't really know anything about them other than what we've been told from various, people around. Rumors and conjecture for the most part, until we actually join them later. We'll say hello to all the people here in our own unique way by checking their pockets in the next episode, I think. So here's the kitchen. I guess while we're here, let's see what's for sale. He greets you with a rock-solid expression. Today on the menu, grilled crab, mushroom salads. Ah, it sounds delicious. Crab sandwiches. When consumed, increases global mechanical threshold by 15%. Consuming food will remove the effects of previous meals. And he's also selling buttery steamed clams. Buttery stamped clams? Stamped clams covered in spices and butter of unknown origin. Looks deliciously slimy. I always make it a point to buy some of this food. So we're going to buy actually quite a bit of it. And mushroom salad, I really like that they have so much of it, because I really want that +1 perception to help us see secrets. So let's get all of this deliciousness. He's also buying 1 food, so I think we'll trade him a bacon and cheese sandwich. And it's 500 Stygian coins just about for everything we're about to buy. We're buying it anyway. Okay. So here's our footlocker. So we're going to leave the food we just picked up there. And I guess we'll have a cave hopper steak to start. Appears. The chief notices you enter. Promising enough. Speak of the devil, our new sect trooper. The older man fixes his glasses before inviting you further in. Do come in, Decker, was it? Come in. I'm sorry, let me do that again. Do come in. Decker, was it? Come in. I am Edward Oldfield, professor of supercorporation history at the University of Dis. Also the man responsible for this whole expedition, or so I've been told. A smile peeks through his mustache. We will nod. Right then, forgive me, but we will have to get straight to the point. Decker, Chief Briggs and I have just been discussing you, and we've come to the conclusion that a person with your experience and skill set would be best assigned to one of the recovery teams. He removes his glasses and proceeds to wipe them clean. For this, you will also have to thank Mr. Ladderman for backing your story. His extensive insight into many of the happenings south of Core City is one of the reasons why we've hired the man in the first place. Isn't that right, Chief? Yes, Professor, you are correct. Even though he has proven to be one of the most difficult men I have had the misfortune to work with. Oh, the man is just free-spirited. He is something else, Professor, certainly. He looks at us. But let us not keep Decker idle. Yes, therefore, we feel you'd produce far better results in the field rather than, say, being assigned to mere guard duty. He inspects the just wiped lenses. Satisfied with the result, he puts the glasses back on. What do you say? It's the best paid job around here. Suits me just fine. This is excellent, excellent. In fact, your first mission might be just around the corner. For while Chief Briggs has been away, we've made a breakthrough discovery. We've been stuck in the mud for far too long, but goodness me, this will propel us forward like nothing else we've done here so far. And that is precisely the reason I've summoned you here so quickly, Richard. That's good news. So Sigur has finally managed to recover some useful data from the NPCs that were recently discovered. Exactly. It turned out to be just the thing we were searching for. This is not good news, Richard. These are magnificent news. Magnificent! As soon as Sigur compiles all the data he's collected so far, we will bring it right... A gust of air passes over your shoulder, disturbing the top papers that are on the professor's desk. Turn around. A spindly woman enters the tent, her movements so light you weren't even able to hear her footsteps. What follows her is the sound of a shrieking siren. Yahota? Sir, we have a large number of vessels approaching the island from multiple directions. Pirates? Negative. Natives. Some of them are approaching straight from the north, some from the west, but it seems the largest part of their forces are trying to go around to the east and land at the southeastern breach. There's a lot of them, sir. A lot of fragging natives. I tried contacting you over the comm, but you didn't respond. He inspects his communicator. My battery must have died. After taking a deep breath, the professor interjects. It was only a matter of time. Reckon there's another way to settle this, Richard? Only through superior firepower, Professor. Yahota, take teams 1, 4, and 5 and fortify the beach. 2 and 3 will control the dock choke. The rest will defend the camp. If the assault proves too strong, withdraw to the keep and meet up with Team 7, which will be defending the northern side, and establish interlocking fire with their position. Take Decker with you as well. She scans you from tip to toe. This one? Nice to meet you too, Yehota. Where do you find these people? Enough! We have an invading force at our doorstep. Professor, you move to Marcus's tent, it's safer. This one is too close to the shore. Yes, right away! You two, you have your orders. Move out, on the double. Affirmative, sir. She looks at you. You, follow me. I wonder if at this point you could steal a sect trooper jet ski and leave them to their fate. I guess you probably could if you're looking to join the pirates instead. We'll talk about that in a later episode though, everyone. Welcome to one of the Defending the Beach missions. This is kind of awesome, but it's a really protracted battle, and it can go bad really quickly. I'm going to quickly mention how much I enjoy these fights, because it feels like you make a difference in this fight. There's going to be all the sect troopers here, and you. If you weren't here, you can really feel that the natives would win this fight. And it's tough. It's a very difficult battle. So if I want to fire at him, I got to run all the way up. I don't want to do that. Let's run over here. Activate our shield, and we'll move up a tad more. And we'll try to hold this side if we can. I think we'll also take a morphine. Now, there's a lot of battle here that we're not going to get to see because it's happening outside of our line of sight. I generally throw myself up in the front a bit in order to take some shots to help save the sect troopers. I won't do this very often with Decker, though, but we'll do it for this one particular fight. A heads up, by the way, that this can go a bit badly for you, and not by mean that you fighting the savages. I mean, the sect troopers here, they can get really... You can get all of them aggroed with you if you are not careful with what you are using in combat. I will almost always avoid using any AoE abilities whatsoever or weapons. That includes chemical pistols. If an sect trooper walks into your acid, it's considered that you were the one who damaged them and not how dumb they can be sometimes. And so then all of Aegis Incorporated is against you as well. So keep that in mind when you do these parts. So I think we're going to let him stay stunned. And we're going to focus on this guy. We're going to move up a little bit more, though. Oh! Let's first throw a flashbang down here. Well, that went south, literally. Oof. Okay, so we're being hit by Heartbreak Poison. It does a little bit of damage over time, but when it expires, it deals an incredible amount of damage to you. Let's purge it. We'll heal ourselves. And then I think we're going to do our best to help kill this guy. And I activated Sprint. So I'm going to move back a bit more. Actually, no. We should stay exactly here. The poisons that they'll use are leper poisons and heartbreak poison. Leper poison increases the damage that you take by all other mechanical sources by, I think, 5% per stack. Oh, 10% per stack. Okay, we're getting badly injured. So we're going to fire, and then we're going to try to hide in between the sect troopers now. Oh, wow! They're really after me. Okay, let's cure that poison. We'll get rid of being entangled. I would love to kill one of these crossbows, but crossbow users, but I can't do so. Oh no. They're breaching the defenses here. Oh, nice. One of them's got a shotgun. We can maybe take, like, 2 more crossbow hits, which is why I am trying to get away from their crossbow users now. The good news is it looks like they really want to shoot me, and they're ignoring everyone else, so that really works out for me. There's none for him, Sect Trooper. You're completely out of bullets. I don't think I should do this, but we're going to do it anyway. Let's move down. Oh, yep, should not have done this. Let's activate bullet time and try to kill some of these Kriegsfars. I'm going to use an adrenaline shot so I can run a little bit more away. So I can run a little bit more away, so I can move away a little bit more. Man, I thought this would be over by now, if I'm telling you the truth. Like, I thought we were going to win very handily, but we're probably going to lose at least one sect trooper here. And I'm worried about that auto turret as well. I really don't want the auto turret being destroyed. Because I think it's permanently gone if it is. Oh my goodness, poor sec trooper there getting torn up by crossbow bolts. That's still not all of the melee guys. Another spear user here. I don't want to actually charge into their Kriegsfars at this moment. We're going to be fatigued, but I don't think I care. Until my health hypos are off a cooldown, I think I just have to fall back. I don't want to have to run up and deal with 2 crossbow users at the same time, especially not when fatigued. Our grenade's off a cooldown, so we'll see if that lands on one of them, and if it does, then we can move up. It's actually been rather difficult, all things considered. We got badly injured right away. They're gonna destroy that turret, Tim. If you want to save that turret, you gotta get down there. That turret's actually one of the stronger defenses for us at this point for the beach. Blinding poison reduces your perception by 1 per stack, if I recall correctly. Sec troopers don't appear to be the smartest bunch in the world. They're all just grouped together there. Good job, Yahota. I think that was the last of them. Woo! Yep, and now everyone's reloading, healing themselves, repowering their shields. That was exciting. We almost died there, too. Alright, well, let's see what they have on them. Now, what's interesting is that most of what they have is lower level, decent weapons if you're like a melee user, but you can't sell them for anything, and you can't break them down either. So if you're not better than what you're currently using, you're not going to want any of these. We do find some odd items, though. Snake teeth necklace. 4 hollow snake teeth on a string. Healing salve. This appears to be a shell filled with some sort of balm. Smells nice. Restores 100 health points, and then an additional 25 health points each turn for 2 turns. It blurs the vision and numbs the fingers, reducing dexterity and perception by 3 for 10 turns. So we'll use it maybe for healing us when combat's not something we're going to be participating in. For example, we can use it instead of bandages. Everything they have is also created of bone. Even the boats, apparently, as well. Interesting. And they were shouting in a language that we couldn't make heads or tails of either. Nice. Another necklace. I've actually done these battles and haven't gotten all the shark teeth necklaces until, like, battle number 3 occurs. So the fact we got 2 of them so early on, it's really nice. It's promising. Maybe we get super lucky and get another one. Oh! Vitality powder. Fine green powder inside a horn. Increases action points by 25. So better than our adrenaline. Dodge and evasion by 40% and strength by 4 for 2 turns. So adrenaline does less than that, but lasts for 3 turns as opposed to only 2. After the effect expires, the consumer will be worn out and also lose 3 health for 10 turns, as opposed to adrenaline, which it doesn't tell you how long it lasts. Oh, I think what happens is that you lose health for 3 turns and you're fatigued for 4. If we get another one of those, we can test it. Okay, and we just did, so let's see. So if we have... Wait, I thought we got another one. Did we not get... Oh, did I not pick it up from this guy? Wait, I'm confused. There it is. Alright, let's see. So we just used it. Let's see how long the fatigue lasts for afterwards. Okay, yep. So we're fatigued for three turns, it looks like. And then we suffer a little bit of damage each turn for 10 turns. It shares a cooldown as well, by the way, with adrenaline, so you can't use both of them at once. Now, you're not allowed to search... Well, you can look at the sect troopers' corpses, but you're not allowed to take anything off of them, as a heads up. Congratulations, you're alive. Now, report to Chief Briggs. Alright, everyone, so we're going to stop here. Thank you guys for watching. When we come back, we'll poke about the camp for a bit, talk to several more of the people, and get an idea of what else is happening here in the Black Sea. I will see you guys then. Take care, everyone, and thanks for watching.